So I finally finished the Shadow of Erdtree DLC. Here's my thoughts. First off, I'm not really going to talk about the story for this DLC because there really isn't anything that's heavy on the story side. There's obviously the usual Souls game lore that you're going to see with this. But anybody who's plays a Souls game knows it's something that's more in the background, and I really focus more on the gameplay when I play these styles of games anyways. Also, the setting for this game was really pretty. The environments were really nice. It wasn't anything that surprised me like some of the environments that we saw in the main game. I won't say them because I know some people are still working their way through somehow, but it was still really nice to see a little bit of change. The enemies were nice. There wasn't like a huge variety of them. A lot of the environments that you see, some of the enemies look pretty similar, but I was surprised with the difficulty. I mean, the developers stated that you should probably be level 150 to play this DLC, and I was about 210, so I thought I was going to go through and smash through these enemies. The problem with that is once you enter the Shadow Realms, the level you are doesn't really matter. It probably matters when you're something that's like super high level, but being level 200 probably didn't make too much of a difference. I would need like the shadow blessings to really upgrade the power of my character, and there's also some blessings for like your summons as well that upgrades the power of those. So I was pleasantly surprised when I jumped in, and it actually felt like my first time playing the game. I mean, fighting the bosses actually gave me some challenge. There's like this one enemy in the game that like twirls around like a ballerina, and every time I fought that enemy I had a hard time with them. So I mean, I'm not great at these games anyways. I really just play these games to kind of just experience the vibe and just get into the world and lore of them because they just seem so interesting. You know, it can get kind of confusing and convoluted trying to figure out what's going on, but when you see like the videos on the internet that explain the lore of it, it's something that's just mind-blowing. Anyways, back to the bosses. They were really great. Some of them were hard. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely like used my Ash summons for some of them, and the final boss, I literally just beat him like last night. It took me probably 3 or 4 days in a row of just hitting my head on a wall trying to beat this boss. I mean, difficult. That's all I can say. I was really surprised at like how much I was getting stomped. It was just, I couldn't get a hit in. It was really cool, but it was worth it. Worth it's kind of a weird word to say because like the ending was a little weird. There wasn't really anything that made me like, I was like, all right, well, I went on this journey, and then typical, you know, FromSoft fashion, it just kind of like gave me a small cutscene and then it ended. I won't show that here, obviously, spoilers and stuff like that. I want people to go and experience for themselves, but I was still happy. I mean, these games are meant to, for me personally, to just experience the gameplay of them, right? I mean, once you get to that point of it, you beat a boss and stuff like that, that's really where the most satisfying part of it is. The cutscenes are there and they're nice, but I personally don't think that's why anybody really plays these games. I think they're just a nice add-on. Overall, I gotta say this DLC was pretty good. I mean, being able to jump into the Shadow Realms and fight some of these new bosses, they were really fun to fight. Some of the even just some of the mini bosses you found in the world were pretty interesting to fight. The environments were pretty nice. I didn't really get to touch on any of the new weapons. That's probably the only part that disappointed me, is I found some, but I kind of just kept defaulting back to my original build. But yeah, man, I'd say it's a pretty damn good DLC. Definitely let me know what you guys think down below. All right, peace.